Alright, in this video we are going to be soloing dungeons in the new easiest way possible. Now, this is simply my opinion to be the easiest way. It's just the least amount of buttons you have to press, and we will be using the Kage no Mi for this strat. This is the only fruit it is possible with, and it's almost an AFK way of soloing dungeons, excluding of course bosses, and if you want to speed it up. Okay, so for the first few waves, it's actually going to be really easy. We're actually not going to end up using our Silhouette's Assault or ult until wave 5 for these dungeons. We're really just going to rely on Shadow Trap, Shadow Grasps, and Bat Tornado. And also, if you can pick a map, this is my favorite map to do it on, the Mysterious Dungeon or whatever, the Coliseum map, whatever map you want to, whatever you want to call this, whatever it is called, you want to do it on this map. Now, the reason you do it on this map, which is generally looked at as a harder map instead of what you call it, Sky Islands, because Sky Islands is usually the go-to, is because this map is way smaller, which will allow our Silhouette's Assault to be able to reach every single part of this map. So the reason we're also not going to pop Silhouette's Assault until wave 5 is because we want to conserve as much HP as possible for our Silhouette's Assault. That way he doesn't die before wave 25, which I end up sometimes having my Silhouette's Assault die before wave 25. He usually sometimes dies around wave 22, wave 23, which at that point I just leave one NPC alive and then wait for the cooldown of my Silhouette's Assault, because I'd rather not risk messing up that late. It is slightly time consuming, but the cooldown isn't no longer than a couple of minutes at the max, so it's really no issue waiting that long. Open your phone, scroll through a TikTok while you leave one gunman alive. You'll be back in literally 2-3 TikToks later, and you'll be fine. All right, it's not that deep. You can realistically watch YouTube, do anything while you do these dungeons, because this is going to be the most brain dead way of doing dungeons that at least I have found. And of course I get Ice Age. But yeah, after we defeat this boss, no matter what it is, you should be able to do this fairly easily. These bosses are not difficult. I will show you where to go. It's really, again, not hard. These bosses are not hard. No matter what boss you get, you should be able to take them out by yourself without the need of your ult. Really stray away from using your ult, especially, I mean, if it's a Hiei boss, you can if you want, because Hiei bosses don't really particularly take much health. They mainly just keep you in stun. Like, I only lost 300 HP that whole fight, and I suck during that fight. I hate this time of day because it makes it harder to tell where you're supposed to hide, but I think you go, is it here? It's one of these doors, and once you figure it out, it'll be way easier, but I think it is this door. You can usually tell by where the shadow is cast, but at this time of day, it's kind of hard, so I think it's right here. Should just work fine. And you want to sit up here and you want to block. You'll pop your ult, and then your boy will go out and he'll take care of everyone. If you want to speed up the process just a little bit, once they pile up here, you can take care of them just by going for one of your skills, whether that be Shadow Trap or Shadow Grasp, and then you'll just wait for your boy to take everyone out. Stamina is not an issue, seeing as at the end of every wave, your stamina will shoot right back up to the max, and if you can just remember where the shadows cast, that can really help you remember where to go at the start of each wave. Sit up here and block, and you're going to keep doing this. Now, as waves progress, this will get harder as sword users do come out, and I will show you what to do once they come your way. Okay, and as you can see, a 1SS user has come up. They'll always hit you with a Shishi Son Son, and then hit you with that one green bubble move. And pretty much what you want to do is, usually, as you can see, my clone came up and helps me, but he won't be there every time. So you're just going to want to bait out their M1s, and then M1 them back. That's pretty much it. But sometimes, especially in the later waves, you will and can get overwhelmed by like 4 or 5 sword users, and pretty much what you want to do there is the only time you'll really have to think in this entire dungeon thing is you're going to want to use a weapon with hyper armor. So I'm using Soul Cane, which is not the best weapon. I would recommend Kraken Greatsword. And you want to use a skill with hyper armor. That way you can get the skill in without it getting interrupted. And whatever weapon you have that has hyper armor skills that deal decent damage, use that, please. It's phenomenal. And you're just going to want to either knock them off or, better yet, kill them. So yeah, I would also recommend, see, here's another one. He's going to come up here. It's only one. It's best if you can handle them one at a time, but if sometimes you'll get 2 or 3 at a time and it's really hard to handle. But if you look at my build isn't the greatest. I have way too much in Sword Mastery. You don't need this much if you're doing a dungeon build. I would put more in stamina. No, I'd put not that much in stamina, because again, look, I'm not using that much and it gets refilled at the end of the wave. And I'd put more in defense, because your clone's defense, I believe, does scale off of your own defense. So yeah, I mean, like, look, I just spent all that time explaining. I didn't swing. Actually, I swung once at one assess user, and that was it. And that's all I had to do that entire wave. And we're not even at a very early wave. That's wave 12. These are beginning to be semi-challenging waves. So the fact that I can do that is really, really great. And look, another one assess user is coming up. And I'm going to have to eat this and hope I don't fall off the edge. But I have found that, oh, okay, see, this is exactly what I mean. You're stuck with so many, and there's no real opening, so you're going to have to just go for a skill with hyper armor, and boom, just like that, you can kill them all. Again, you're going to want enough sword mastery to the point where you can take them out in one skill, but not so much sword mastery that you're wasting it. 400 is definitely excessive. These guys don't have that much HP, but yeah. This is pretty much the entire strat. Okay, this is a moment you're really going to have to pray and focus. The wave 20 boss, the only 2 bosses you ever need to fight in dungeons. We hope that they're easy bosses. Okay, a Pika and a Hiei, 2 opposite sides of the spectrum. We can handle the Pika. You just want to bait out his skills and then back up as far as you can for the ult. That way he does not break your guard with his ult. Your little helper should be able to take out 1 boss. Easy peasy, like super easy. He should just have that completely on his own. I don't know why that skill didn't finish. Okay, and now I'm getting hit by both bosses. This is great. But look, as you can see, he's fighting out there by himself, which is great. We love to see it, but be careful, because his HP might drop a little too low and then he'll die in the next coming waves. So you want to be wary of that. Also, these bosses are so annoying. Wow. We're just going to hit him with this and hit him with this, and there we go. Now, where's the Pika boss? The Pika boss is fighting my clone, which is at a decent HP still. He's about half, which is pretty good. That's not bad. We can help him, and there we go. Half health should be enough to get through. Okay, and just like that, we have made it to wave 25. You do not need to fight this wave, as you know. You can just reset and have one of them grip you and see what fruit you get. Okay, that's it. I have all-seeing eyes, so let's see what fruit I get. And it's Bari. Great. You love to see it. Just my luck. Regardless, that's how you solo dungeons. In my opinion, the easiest way, because it just takes the least amount of effort, the least amount of work. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next time. Peace.